morning and a very warm welcome. You're watching Janata Television and this is the English Bulletin with me, Janata. The top stories first. Agitating leaders of NCP warn of more protest, tells government to revoke its decision on House dissolution. Government confirms 134 new cases of coronavirus, no new death toll reported yesterday. Government's decision to monitor social media draws flack. Stakeholders claim it is an attack on freedom of expression. US President Biden approves sanctions against Myanmar leaders, the sanction to focus on military leader and their businesses. And record-breaking Man City reach FA Cup last 8. Everton win 9-goal thriller against Spurs. The agitating faction of the Nepal Communist Party has announced that their agitation will not stop until the regressive step of Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli is reversed. During a protest rally organized by the agitating faction of the NCP in Kathmandu on Wednesday against the dissolution of the House of Representatives, Chairman Pushpa Kamal Dahal warned of a peaceful revolt if the Supreme Court did not rule in favor of the Constitution and democracy. He announced that the movement would not stop until the regression of Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli was rectified. Chairman Dahal further drew attention to the fact that PM Oli threatened the Election Commission, a news that was made public, and warned the Commission not to lose its footing. He urged that the country would suffer if the constitutional body was bullied into making a decision. Dahal has warned that 1 million people will surround Balwatar and Singha Darbar if Prime Minister Oli's unconstitutional move is not corrected. Dahal also urged the Nepali Congress, Janata Samajwadi Party and others to join the joint movement against the unconstitutional move taken by the Prime Minister. Claiming that they are the official side of the NCP as per party's constitution, documents, circulars and decisions, Madhav Kumar Nepal, another chairman of the agitating party, said that Prime Minister Oli should be ready to accept a majority rule if he believes in public opinion. The leaders of the agitating faction have also demanded the resignation of the Prime Minister from his position. International Day of Women and Girls in Science is being observed all across the globe and in Nepal today. The United Nations every year on February 11th observes this day to mark the contribution of women and girls in the development of science and technology. The international community has been committed to encourage more women and girls to join science for achieving both gender equality and global development. The United Nations has decided on the theme Women Scientists at the Forefront of the Fight Against COVID-19 to mark the day this year. The 6th International Day of Women and Girls in Science Assembly will be held at the United Nations headquarters virtually on 11th February 2021, the UN website informed. Science and gender equality are both vital for the achievement of the internationally agreed development goals, including the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, UN further added. The government yesterday confirmed 134 new cases of coronavirus across the country. Following the latest round of tests, the total cases of coronavirus in the country have climbed to 272,349, while the active cases reached 1,753. According to Ministry of Health and Population, altogether 268,549 infected persons have recovered from the disease in the country so far. The death toll from coronavirus remains steady at 2,047, with no new deaths reported across the country. Nepal is currently among the top 40 countries that have been most affected by the pandemic. The USA tops the list with 27.89 million confirmed cases, followed by India with 10.87 million cases. Coronavirus has infected more than 107.83 million people across the world and claimed 2.36 million lives. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. The government's decision to curb social media has drawn criticism from various quarters. The government had recently announced it would strictly monitor social networking sites due to an increase in inciting posts and hate speeches targeted towards high-profile individuals. Unveiling the recent decision of the Cabinet Minister for Communication and Information Technology, Parvat Gurung, had informed that the government will soon introduce Social Media Directive 2077 to regulate the misuse of Facebook, YouTube and other online portals. In response, Freedom Forum expressed alarms over the announcement made by the government. Freedom Forum noted that social media platforms such as Facebook and Twitter have been an effective medium for the people in Nepal to exercise freedom of expression and hold government accountable. According to Freedom Forum, the directive will silence public voice and dissent, which are normal in democratic system. Moreover, there are separate legal provisions to deal with defamation and public offense through social media. But such action in the name of controlling defamation is a blatant attempt to violate citizens' free speech, the forum said in a statement. And now the news from the economic front. Gold price have remained stable at 91,900 rupees per tola in the Nepali market. According to the Federation of Nepal Gold and Silver Dealers Association, the price of fine gold has been recorded at 91,900 rupees in the domestic market yesterday. The price remained the same on Tuesday. In the meantime, silver price also hit rupees 1,340 per tola along with the escalating price of gold. The price of gold has surged in Nepal following the increased price at the international market. Gold has been traded at $1,837.62 per ounce in the international market. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back, and now the international news. United States has approved sanctions against military leaders in Myanmar responsible for the coup. US President Joe Biden yesterday has permitted an executive order to impose sanctions on leaders of Myanmar coup. Reuters has quoted President Biden as saying the order has enabled his administration to immediately sanction the military leaders who directed the coup, their business interest, as well as close family members. Additionally, BBC reported that the process is being initiated to block access by the military to $1 billion of government funds held in the US. The White House, in its statement, has warned of strong export controls and freezing US benefits to the Burmese government while maintaining the support extended to the civilians. We'll be ready to impose additional measures and will continue to work with our international partners to urge other nations to join us in these efforts, the White House has said. You're watching Janata Bulletin. Now, the latest from the world of sports. Manchester City rewrote English football's record books with a comfortable 3-1 victory at Swansea City that sent them into the FA Cup quarter-finals. According to BBC, Kyle Walker, Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus were on target as Pep Guardiola's team won a 15th game in a row in all competitions. Swansea pulled a late goal through debutant Morgan Whittaker. The triumph means Manchester City have set a new record for successive domestic wins by an English top-flight club. City surpassed the previous best of 14 achieved by Preston North End of 1891-92 and the 1987-88 Arsenal side. Meanwhile, Everton reached the FA Cup quarter-finals after edging out Tottenham Hotspurs in a 9-goal classic at Goodison Park. A magnificent contest swung in both teams' favour before Carlo Ancelotti's hosts finally struck the decisive blow when Barnard fired home in the 7th minute of extra time. In Spain, Sevilla's Jules Koundé scored a fine goal and Ivan Rakitic struck against his old side as Barcelona lost their Copa del Rey semi-final first leg. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin and the headlines once again. Agitating leaders of NCP warn of more protests, tells government to revoke its decision on House dissolution. Government confirms 134 new cases of coronavirus, no new death toll reported yesterday. Government's decision to monitor social media draws flack. Stakeholders claim it is an attack on freedom of expression. US President Biden approves sanctions against Myanmar leaders, the sanctions to focus on military leader and their businesses. And record-breaking Man City reach FA Cup last 8, Everton win 9-goal thriller against Spurs. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.